Good morning, we are William Frade and Alain Chassin, and this is our partial of automatization. First, we declare the network inputs to be used, which are Ni1 start, Ni2 base at place, Ni3 lead at place, Ni4 lead lamped, Ni5 item detect. The sequence starts with a normally open contact linked to the network input start. When this input is activated, the contact will close, giving a signal to the timer T012, which will activate the outputs Q4 leads conveyor and Q7 bases conveyor during 3 seconds corresponding to the timer. These outputs will also be activated when the timer T010 corresponding to a delay caused by the activation of movement in X is a logic 1. The movement generated by Q4 and Q7 will make the leads and base move forward. When they pass the sensor base at place and lead at place, corresponding to the network input NID2 and NID3, will activate a mark M1, which indicates the presence of leads and base in the correct position. The activation of this mark will be activate a timer T03 corresponding to a connection delay. This delay is used for the parts to advance a short period of extra time for the clamp lead and clamp base actuators belonging to the outputs Q5 and Q8. These actuators will put the parts in place for the correct operation of the sequence move. When the actuators Q5 and Q8 will activate it, the network input Ni4 corresponding to the lead lamped sensor, which indicate that the parts are in the place. This will activate the mark M3, indicating the same. This mark will activate the actuator CMOV, corresponding to the output Q2. This output was another activation condition given by T06, which indicates a delay from the path and M10, a mark which gives us a condition to lower C. Now we have a normal close contact which shows a timer T011 for a reactivation of the system that we will see later. This timer is connected to a normally open contact linked to the network input Ni5 item detected, which activates a mark M6. This mark is connected to a normal closed contact linked to the timer. T09, which will be the condition for the grab, is deactivated. While this condition is not met, we'll activate the output grab corresponding to Q3. This will hold the piece to take it to the another band. The network input Ni5 will also activate the delay in the connection. T04 responsible for the activation of the movement in X. This delay in the connection will activate the movement in X with the output Q1. In turn, a mark M4 to indicate that the movement in X is being performed. And the timer T011, which will be responsible of reactivating the bands at the end of the operating cycle.
A normally open contact of the timer T011 will activate another timer T07, which generates delay in the rise of the barriers that prevent the advance of the PS at least once the lead is next to the base. When the time indicate in the timer T07 and the actuators Q6 and Q7 will deactivate, responding for raising the barriers, allowing the movement of the piece for the rest of the travel of the bands. Once Q6 and Q9 are activated, the condition is the G to activate the M9 mark and the disconnection delay T010, which indicates that mob is returned to its initial position. This movement generates that the output Q4 and Q7 seen above are activated and the bell mobs. When grab Q3 and the mark M4, which indicates that X is movement, activate the mark M10, which is the condition $C sent about the end the timer T06, which will give us the travel delay else seen above. Finally, the condition of Q1 corresponding to the moment in the X will activate the timer T09 used as the condition to the release the grab handlet.